My girlfriend tried to sell my dog behind my back to fund a trip with her friends. So I broke up with her and kept the dog. I'm a 29-year-old guy and I live alone just outside the city. Well, not really alone. I've got my dog, Max. He's a 3-year-old golden retriever, and honestly, the best part of my day is coming home to him. I've had him since he was a puppy, and he's like family to me. It sounds corny, but I'm pretty attached to the guy. I've been dating Kay for about 2 years. We weren't living together, but she'd spend a lot of time at my place, maybe 3 or 4 nights a week. Things had been good between us, at least at the start. She was fun, social, always planning stuff to do, and at first, I liked that energy. But over time, something shifted, and it started to feel like she wasn't really content with what we had. She kept pushing for more trips, more spending, more of everything, really. Now, I'm not exactly rolling in cash, but I do all right. I've got a decent job, a small house, and I live comfortably. But Kay's lifestyle was different. She was always talking about vacations, trips to Cabo, Miami, Europe. Her Instagram was full of friends posting pics from fancy places, and I could tell it was getting to her. She'd complain about her job, about not having enough money to go anywhere, and she'd drop hints about how we could afford it if we just planned better. By we, she meant me. The first big red flag I should have seen came a few months ago. Out of nowhere, Kay suggested I sell my car, an old but reliable Toyota. She wasn't subtle about it either. "Babe, why don't you sell that junker and get something nicer? You deserve it," she said while scrolling through her phone one evening. "Plus, it'd give you extra cash for stuff like trips." At first, I thought she was joking, but she wasn't. She kept bringing it up, talking about how it was embarrassing to be seen in such an old car, how a new car would reflect my success better. I just shrugged it off and told her I wasn't interested in spending money on a new car, especially not to impress people. I could see she was annoyed by that, but whatever, I didn't think much of it. Fast forward a couple of weeks, she starts talking about a trip her friends were planning to Cancun. She was practically buzzing with excitement. The problem? She didn't have the money to go. Again, she hinted. No, actually, she outright asked if I could help her pay for it. Come on, it's just a little help. You don't spend money on anything fun, so what's the harm? She said with a smirk, half serious, half joking, but mostly serious. I laughed it off, thinking she wasn't really expecting me to drop a couple of grand on her vacation. I mean, we're dating, but it's not like we were married, or even living together. I wasn't about to bankroll her and her friend's girls' trip. The way I saw it, if she really wanted to go, she'd figure it out. That's how adults deal with things, right? Anyway, I figured that was the end of it. I was wrong. One night I came home after a long day at work, expecting the usual, Max greeting me at the door, tail wagging, happy as always. But this time, no Max. It was weird because he's always there, right at the door. I called out for him, but nothing. I started looking around the house, and that's when I noticed his leash and collar were gone. My heart started pounding. Panic set in. I called Kay, no answer. I called again, straight to voicemail. At this point, I was freaking out. I dialed her number probably 5 or 6 more times until finally she picked up. She sounded casual, almost bored. "Hey, what's up?" she said like everything was totally normal. "Where's Max?" I asked, my voice shaky. "He's not here." "Oh yeah, I took him to a friend's place," she said like it was no big deal. "He's fine." I didn't even understand what she was saying. "What do you mean, you took him to a friend's place? Who? Why?" She sighed like I was the one being unreasonable. "I found someone who's interested in buying him. They're offering a good price, and I figured, you don't really need him. Plus, the money could help with my trip." I was stunned. It took me a second to even process what she was saying. "You did what?" She said it like it was no big deal, like she decided to sell an old piece of furniture or something. "Look, he's just a dog, babe, and you can always get another one later. It's not like he's a child or anything. Plus, you don't even have time to take care of him properly." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. "You tried to sell my dog?" She acted like I was the one overreacting. "Come on, don't be so dramatic. I thought you'd be happy. I'm helping you out. This way, you don't have to worry about taking care of him while you're working, and I get to go on the trip. It's a win-win." At this point, I was seeing red. "Where the hell is he, Kay?" I demanded. She huffed, clearly annoyed. Relax. He's still with me. I haven't finalized anything yet, but they're coming tomorrow to pick him up. I hung up the phone. I couldn't even talk to her anymore. I drove straight to her place, not even sure what I was going to do when I got there. My mind was racing. Was Max okay? Was she really planning on selling him? When I got to her apartment, I banged on the door until she opened it. She looked annoyed, like I was interrupting her night. "What the hell, Kay? Where is he?" I asked, pushing past her into the apartment. She rolled her eyes. "God, you're being ridiculous. He's fine." I started searching the apartment, going from room to room. When I opened her bedroom door, I heard a whimper. I swung open her closet, and there he was, Max, tied up and scared. His eyes lit up when he saw me, but I could tell he was stressed. I grabbed his leash off the floor, untied him, and turned back to Kay. "You locked him in a fucking closet?" She crossed her arms. I didn't want him making a mess before the people came to see him. "Jesus, calm down. He's fine." I couldn't even respond. I just grabbed Max's leash and headed for the door. Kay followed me, yelling about how I was being unfair, how I didn't understand, how she was just trying to make things better for us. "For us?" I snapped, finally turning around to face her. "You tried to sell my dog without even asking me. This isn't for us. This is for you." She threw her hands up in frustration. "You're so selfish. You never want to do anything fun. You just want to sit at home with your dog and do nothing. You don't care about my dreams, about what I want. I'm trying to make a life for us, and all you care about is that stupid dog." I didn't even have words. I just walked out, Max at my side, her voice still ringing in my ears as I slammed the door behind me. That was it for me. I was done. No more excuses, no more trying to see her side of things. She was willing to sell my dog, my best friend, just to fund some vacation. Who does that? The next day, she texted me a long apology, said she didn't mean to hurt me, that she was just stressed about money, and that she thought this would be a good way for us to move forward together. She even had the audacity to say she was doing it for us. Like selling Max behind my back was some kind of favor to me. I didn't respond. I blocked her number, her social media, everything. Changed the locks on my house and made sure Max's microchip info was updated with all my contact details. I wasn't taking any chances. It's been a week since then, and honestly, I feel more relieved than anything. I didn't realize how much stress she'd been causing me with all her entitlement and constant need for more. Looking back, there were so many little red flags I ignored because I thought that was just how relationships were. But when someone crosses a line like that, trying to sell your dog without telling you, there's no coming back from that. So yeah, I broke up with her. And I kept the dog. Max is fine now. He's curled up next to me as I'm typing this, looking at me like he's just glad I'm not leaving him in a closet again. We're good. Life's a lot quieter without Kay around, and I'm okay with that. Better quiet than dealing with someone who thinks it's okay to treat people and dogs like they're disposable. If you've made it this far, thanks for sticking around. And I guess the moral of the story is this. If someone's willing to mess with the things or people you care about just to get what they want, they're not worth your time. Sometimes the quiet life, with a dog at your side, is all you really need. Max and I are doing just fine. For anyone wondering, he's healthy, happy, and we're back to our normal routine. No more drama, no more manipulation, just me, my dog, and a whole lot of peace. So to anyone out there dealing with something similar, trust your gut. And remember, always pick the dog.